Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt here. Chilling with my cow friends. Chilling with my cow friends because they listen and they don't talk back. They're good like that. They're far better than all the other friends I had before I hit rock bottom. All of which, when I hit rock bottom, really just used this as an opportunity to elevate themselves. And they could do a pretty good job of elevating themselves because there were spooky people who had access to Australia's cybersecurity infrastructure, and they used that as an opportunity to harass me, and that was not fun. But yeah, got the cows. I've obviously got some beef, but I want to talk today more what I'm wanting to do personally with my future. So uh, I've I've been through hell. I've recovered from the more acute mental health problems which I had. I was having fugue states because I've been in fight or flight for a long time. That's since lapsed. I got a little bit of a, you know, I've had a friend to keep me company. Right, this is the thing which has gotten me through this situation. And eventually, I'm gonna have to get some more friends. Probably get some less toxic ones if I'm honest. But he's a good time. So that's part of it. I am trying to get back my registration. It's ARPA is dragging their teeth. They keep asking for other things. They've asked me to spend $800 to see a psychiatrist, but I already got a report written beforehand, which was written by someone a lot more senior than that. Uh, so they're dragging their teeth. It's hard for me to get work in anything. But more importantly, when I'm working, it's a way of silencing what I'm saying. What I really want to do is be able to commodify my work. Uh, I can't see the statistics for how many views my videos get, and I know they get a lot because people come up to me on the street. I've met people who've come up and talked to me about the content of them, and it's not just a one-off thing. I know that I am quite well known, and I know that I've been able to influence a lot of things. I know that I am bizarrely famous, and I know that and I want to be able to use this position to be able to advocate political policy. And if I'm working, that means I can't do that. So what I really want to be doing is I want to be studying what's going on in the world and promoting good legislation. I want to be getting enough money in from the project to be able to build a team to be able to do this effectively with, or at least know the legal situations I'm in and have that all put before me so I can begin dismantling whatever legal interventions are in place, and also being able to work with other partners such as think tanks to be able to best use this communication medium to reach my audience and to have the rituals for the taco game be able to continue to drive social change in a positive direction, mainly keeping democracy functioning, removing the interests of big money from our government system, and removing oligarchy. That also includes nations overseas. So ideally, to do that, I would go back to school and I'd work towards completing a doctorate in social psychology or some form of social science, so I can understand both the theory behind my project more thoroughly. I understand when I made the project at different layers, it was built on different theories, starting with Lacanian theory on the bottom, and even below that, Immanuel Kant's ideas of abstract idealism, where things think us rather than us thinking things, and trying to imbue social meanings onto particular people to create something similar to a religious text. Um, but then there's Lacanian stuff on top of that for how that process functioned. On top of that, there was just a lot of uh, political techniques that I stole from Trumpy Boy. So if I can understand that more thoroughly, that means I'm going to be able to be more effective in my work. And that's ideally what I'd be doing. But that's going to require a lot of money because first of all, I wouldn't be working, and secondly, I might have to pay for that tuition privately. Now, that's part of it. If not, my second option would be working part time as a psychologist again, as a provisional psychologist. and working towards completing my 4+2 internship. I'd like to do that anyway, but there's only so many things I can do. I wouldn't, if I had in a dream, in the best possible circumstance, what I'd be doing is I'd be doing diagnosis and assessment. I'm pretty chewed out, so I don't really feel comfortable giving therapeutic advice to too many people. I'm publicly known as being a little bit of a mess, and I'm very comfortable with that. This is what happens when you go through a lot. I often find people who are very judgmental of people in positions such as my own are these privileged middle class assholes, and I am definitely not one of them. They haven't had to overcome or go through the extent of the trials and tribulations I've needed to, so I don't give much credence to them. So ideally diagnostic and assessment. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind running a DBT. This is a skills group for people who have issues with big emotions. So I wouldn't mind running a DBT skills group. That's another option. Um, Apart from that, really like to get back into wrestling because I'm quite famous and quite injured. So my body's broken. I've got arthritis in my left hand. My foot just dangles there. I need a hip replacement. I've got 2 ligaments snapped in my shoulder. So there isn't. Oh yeah, my knee probably needs a replacement as well, the right one. So getting back into combat sports is a bit difficult, and I don't want to go to a gym and find people are really happy to submit me or get an ego thing out of submitting that celebrity. Doesn't sound fun. So I'd have to pay for a lot of that stuff in small classes, and there isn't a gym. There's some good gyms in Canberra, but that's one of the issues. Maybe doing some, I'd like to do some volunteer work, but it's difficult because I don't have the connections for people to help me with lifts, and everything's going to be in a specific location, and I'm not going to be on fucking public transport for an hour to volunteer my time. Fuck that. I don't have a car. I need that. I really need to be able to commodify my project, like what we call someone who works and provides value for people but receives nothing in return. We call that person a slave, and I've been enslaved. I can't. I've provided immense value to the community. I have spent time. I've produced labor. I've produced a product. I should be able to get remuneration from it. And anyway, yeah, that's what I want to say today. Have a good one.